most creative scores in the W.
Starting to go on a rampage here. They've cut it to 5.
And with the first overall selection in the 2023 NHL Draft, the Chicago Blackhawks are very proud to select from the Regina Pats, the Western Hockey League, Connor Bedard.
What is going on, everybody? This is Mike Hughes, and you are listening to Mike on the Mic, and everything Chicago sports-related podcast. If you're tuning in tonight, obviously you heard the news. I was just live with my boy Kevin Lapka of Bears Nation podcast. We were doing the talking everything, getting our live reaction. So now we're over here talking about it here on the All Sports, All Plays Network, and on Mike on the Mic. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're just popping in and you haven't heard the news and you're living under a rock right now, Ryan Poles gets the deal done after weeks of mutual interest between Yannick Ngakoue, former Indianapolis Colt, and the Chicago Bears. They have signed Ngakoue to a 1-year, $10.5 million deal. It's an amazing deal. It's a steal for exactly what the Chicago Bears defense need right now. Obviously, there's guys like Frank Clark. There's guys like Joey Bosa, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, and everybody else that's somewhat available right now if you're listening to all the trade rumors and all the opt-out rumors, and that's cool. But we got somebody who's solidified. We got an amazing pass rusher, an amazing defensive end that this team desperately lacked. You're looking at 6.5 sacks as a team last year, and Jaquan Brisker, like Kevin and I were just talking about, had 4 of them. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. As a safety, as a team, you should be disgusted that your safety has more sacks than your pass rushers. To bring in Walker, who had 7 sacks last year, a career high, into Tennessee Titans organization, and now bringing in Yannick Ngakoue, it's an amazing move. I love this. This Bears defense, if I do say so myself, I think is sneaking into the top 15 of the NFL right now if everybody develops the way we expect them to. Obviously, you have guys like Stevenson, Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, Eddie Jackson, Jalen Johnson, Tremaine Edmonds, Jack Sanborn, TJ Edwards. Now you're bringing in guys like Walker and now Ngakoue. I mean, the team is just getting deeper and deeper every single day. You have 2 rookie defensive tackles, and you love to see it in Dexter out of Florida. I'm really excited to see what these guys could potentially do. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hyped, especially the big key to me is when you look at what the defense was last year versus this year. I would say 80 to 85% of this defense is different, at least from a starting standpoint. I mean, you're talking about a whole different pass rush, a whole different linebacker unit. You're talking about a deeper secondary with Gordon, Stevenson, and company still being there, still being healthy, Eddie Jackson being healthy, Jaquan Brisker being healthy. That entire secondary was depleted by the end of last year. So to have these guys in here, and I want to address one of the comments right now. Rob D said Lions are still winning the North. So here's my thing. You didn't even win the North last year, so I don't want to hear any of that shit. You didn't win it last year. Who says you're going to win it this year? I mean, the big thing for the Lions, and I'm not even hating, the reality was your season was just predicated off of knocking the Packers out of the playoffs. I don't want to hear any of that shit. Like, let's be real. Let's be absolute real. And he said the Bears are trash. I'm going to address it right here, right now. The Lions couldn't spell Super Bowl if I wrote it on a fucking whiteboard. That's just the reality of the situation. So I'm here. I'm not going to let anybody shit on our parade right now. The Chicago Bears are back, baby. And we're going to make a switch just like that. It's going to flip on a hat. I mean, it's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited to see what this season looks like. Week 1 is in less than a month, a little over a month. September 10th against the Green Bay Packers in Chicago. Buy your tickets now because the Chicago Bears are recrowning the North. And honestly, it's going to be a beautiful sight to see when I see guys like Tremaine Edmonds, Yannick Ngakoue, and all these other individuals going after Jordan Love. Tick for tack, every single go. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hyped. I'm excited. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun. And I think to that point I was making earlier before I was rudely interrupted by a Lions fan, my point in all of it is I don't think you're going to see this defense on the field a lot. I think with the Chicago Bears offense being revamped, you have a brand new offensive line that looks phenomenal from 1 to 5. You have a real confident 1 through 5 in these guys. And I think if they can stay healthy, it's going to be a beautiful thing. So breaking that down, having these conversations and really saying, this team looks ready to win. This team looks ready to win. I would go as far as to say we have a top 3 running back room. We have an amazing, at least a top 5 wide receiver room. You have Justin Fields going into year 3, which is going to be phenomenal. You have one of the best tight end rooms in Colt Yannick and Robert Tonyan. And it's just going to be a phenomenal time for this offense, bro. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be something we're looking forward to. If you're new here and you haven't hit that follow button, smack that follow button for me, because we're going to be talking Bears all year long. Bears, Cubs, Bulls, Blackhawks, Sky, everything. We're going there. We're in there like swimwear, baby, and I'm here for it. It's going to be hype. I'm hype. It's going to be a blast. I don't see nobody fucking with this team. Pardon my language, but nobody's fucking with us in the NFC North. Anywhere else, you can have conversations about the 49ers and everybody else, the Eagles. We can do this all day. Man, I don't care. The NFC North belongs to the Chicago fucking Bears. And that's what it is. Like, I'm going as far as to say that. I don't care. Anyone here going week 1? Baby, I'll be there week 1. Definitely try to link up. Let's do something. Let's connect. Let's go have a fun tailgate. Let's get it going, because it's going to be sick. I'm super excited about this, man. I know it's not a Khalil Mack type trade. It's not a getting Chase Young or a Bosa brother or one of those situations, and I understand that. But having 9.5 sacks last year alone, on top of Walker having 7 last year, I believe 7 to 7.5. And then you look at what everybody else on this team, from Tremaine Edmonds to G.J. Edwards, what they bring from a tackle for loss perspective, from just wrapping guys up, it's going to be amazing. And this team, if you're not already, man, be afraid. Be afraid, because Bears football is back. We're bought in. I'm excited. Let's get to some of the comments. I'm going by myself from Cali, and you're going to be lost. Hey, brother, don't even worry about it. Just find the map. Do what you got to do. Hit the blue line at all costs. Don't forget the Sandman. How can I forget the Sandman? And don't forget Kyler Gordon, who is now Spider Gordon, doing his thing. I'm loving the vibes. The vibes are immaculate. I'm here for it. I mean, we're absolutely having a blast. We're absolutely having a blast talking Bears football for the first time in I don't know how long. We're talking legitimately about not only this team, but what the future of it could potentially look like. And we've obviously heard the rumors about Jonathan Taylor potentially becoming available. The fact that the Bears are one of the front runners for that just screams how far we've come within the last couple of years. If you would have told me 2 years ago the Bears were going to trade for a top running back, I'd say you were full of shit. Because 1, we didn't have the draft capital for it. 2, we didn't have the financials for it. And 3, nobody wants to come here. It's just how it was. That's how the kind of place that Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace were creating. Ryan Poles has flipped that on its head in a span of a year and a half, a year and some change. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. Coop, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate everybody tuning into the live today. If you're new here, smack that follow button for me. Again, I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is just some breaking news. This isn't, a setup show or anything like that. We're just talking about the breaking news with Yannick Ngakoue. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. How do you guys feel about it? Are you excited about this? Are you lit? Are you in a great mood? I know the Cubs are up 4-2 right now in I believe the top of the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So taking 3 out of 4 potentially from the Cincinnati Reds, going to be huge. Playing Atlanta this weekend, it's going to be a lot of fun. But back to the Bears, man. I mean, it's incredible. Coop says he's stoked. Yannick is great. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something right now. You look at it for what it is, and you say this team is going to be special. My guy John said, be honest, how many wins do you think the Bears get? He says 9. I say right now, with Yannick Ngakoue being a part of this team, you have to look at this team and you have to say, at minimum, this is a 9-win team. At minimum. Right now, I'm sitting at 11-12. Or 10-12. That's really where I'm at. Depending on how everything goes. Obviously, injuries are going to happen. Obviously, things aren't going to go perfectly. Development is going to, really determine on how this goes out and how this plays out for so many guys. But as of right now, on paper, this team is a 10-12 win team, especially in this division. Especially in this division where I believe you can sweep the Green Bay Packers, where I believe you can honestly shock the world and sweep the Minnesota Vikings and maybe take 1 out of 2 against the Detroit Lions, because I do believe in that defense, and I do think they are going to be a lot better than people think they are. But I also don't think they're going to win a division that easy. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are still going to be live on TikTok, but we're getting off the live on Facebook and everywhere else. I appreciate you guys for listening. This is Mike Hughes from Mike on the Mic on the All Sports, All Plays Network. Peace.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.